Okay, welcome to day 3. So today is our recovery day, and it's not like just a stretch. We try to make the recovery days be active recovery. So you're still moving through a workout, but it's a much gentler workout. The purpose of it is to try and strengthen your stabilizing muscles instead of always working through those big global movers like your biceps and your quads and your glutes. We're working on the smaller muscles like the rhomboids and the supraspinatus, some muscles around the rotator cuff. We're working on the psoas muscles on the hips or your IT band, sort of trying to find that strength and stability, the little peroneals in the lower leg. So finding strength and stability by also stretching and strengthening our stabilizing muscles. So that then protects our joints and it creates a faster recovery from our workout days. So especially like if you also add on running and stuff, it's really important to cross train. And a lot of people kind of throw away Pilates or throw away yoga and think, oh, that's a bit boring or that's not for me. But actually they are really, really important to complement your other workout regimes. And for some people, that's all they need. And for other people, they like a lot more cardio, a lot more impact, that HIIT or Tabata. But you need to complement it or you are going to get injured. And it is quite hard and stressful on the joints. So we need to strengthen our joints and our flexibility in order to create suppleness in the muscles. So we're going to work through a really nice little flow today. If you have a block, have it handy. It'll just help prop you up in your pigeon pose. But it's not necessary. You can also put it under your forehead in child's pose if you can't get your hips all the way on your heels. I'll show you that when we're in child's pose. But if you don't have a block, you can use a rolled up blanket, so like a sturdy blanket, not something slippery like a polar fleece, or a thick towel. Okay, just something that you can use to prop you up a little bit. So we quite often sit on the block in order to bring our hip bones higher than our knees so that our spine can stay in a long neutral position when we're seated rather than collapsing into the curve of our spine because we don't have that strength and flexibility in the hamstrings. So let's just get into it. Before we go, just in case you've never done any yoga before, I'll just show you our chaturanga. So your chaturanga or your vinyasa, it comes from a down dog. So in your down dog, your hands are under your shoulders, you curl the toes under, and you're pushing the front of your thighs back towards the back of the room, and your chest is coming towards the front of your thighs. So you're finding equal weight on your feet and your hands, and your heels might not come to the floor. That depends on your dorsiflexion, your flexibility in your ankles, and the length of your calf muscles. So down dog is really good for strengthening the shoulders for all those planks and push-ups, and also for increasing the flexibility down the back line of the body. Once we're in our down dog, we look towards the hands and softly bend the knees, and then you push yourself forward into your plank. So connect your lower back, connect to the belly, and come into that nice strong plank. From here, you bend the elbows back in a tricep push-up so that your upper arm comes in line with the body. Then you push, I'm going to come back a bit so you can see me. Okay, so you're in your chaturanga, then you push yourself forward, point your toes, squeeze your glutes, and lift the body up into your up dog. From there, you come back, lifting the belly, lifting the back to come into your plank, and then back into your down dog. Now, if that's too much for you, your options are come forward to your plank, bring the knees down, go chest, chin, and knees on the floor. So you're looking up, your chin taps the floor, your knees are on the floor, your hands are right close to your shoulders. Then you uncurl your toes, so point your toes, push the hips forward using the belly, squeeze the glutes, and lift the chest. Will you keep those upper arms parallel to the floor? To come out of it, you pull the belly in to lift the hips back up, come back onto the chin, curl the toes under, and then push yourself up using your triceps into a 4-point kneeling position, and then back to your down dog. Okay, so that's your vinyasa or your chaturanga up dog. Okay, the other one that we're going to do today is pigeon. So in your pigeon, we'll step into it, but you basically are going to pull your knee in and place the outside of your foot onto the outside corner of your mat. Then you're going to put your knee down, uncurl your back foot. So point the toe and begin to slide that back leg back, okay? So you're keeping your hips square while you slide that leg back and keep the chest lifted. From here, you can come down into a fold. Now, if that hip can't come, you've got to keep your hips level. If you can't keep your hips level and you're like this, then the best thing to do is just prop that sit bone up with your block or your towel, wherever you need it. And you might be here. That might be all the flexibility you have so that you can come into the forward fold to stretch, because what we're doing is stretching our psoas muscles, okay? If that still isn't for you, because we come into it from our down dog, if that's still not for you, just fold it over the top of your knee at the bottom of your thigh, and then bend your knees and sit back like a down dog, but you're bending the knee to push your chest towards the inside of that thigh while you're laterally rotated. So it's like a figure 4 stretch. Okay, so those are your options. Take the option that's best for your body. And let me turn on the light in here because it looks a bit dark. And we'll get moving. So we're going to start in our child's pose. So you can just come down onto the mat. Oh yeah, in the child's pose, your option with your block as well is if you place the block between your ankles. So some people might not have the plantar flexion to be able to completely uncurl their feet the way mine are. So your heels might actually be lifted and you're crunching into your toes. So when you do that, then if you sit back, it's not very comfortable for your toes, but we want to start to train that plantar flexion to get maximum plantar flexion in the front of the foot. So if you put your block or your towel or a couple of pillows between your feet or between your ankles, then when you bring the heels back, the hips back, you're sitting on that block so that you're not hurting your ankles, okay? So that's also an option when you come back into your child's pose. So give your child's pose a little test. And we're going to start to go. So I'm going to start my timer. And, whoop, a little bit of an epic fail there. Let's start the timer. And here we go, into our child's pose. So you're going to connect the toes. Knees are slightly wider than the hips. Bring your hips to your heels and stretch your hands forward. Forehead to the floor, fingertips reach long in front of you. And just stay here and breathe. Breathe deep in through the nose, feeling your rib cage expand and press into the insides of your thighs. Exhale through the mouth and draw the ribs in and closer together. Now from there, we're just going to reach over to the right side, keeping that right rib cage glued towards the right thigh, and try and hook your chin over your right knee. And stretch that left hand closer towards the right hand. Feel a nice long stretch all the way down the left side of the body. Inhale into that left rib cage, breathing deeply and feeling it expand out to the side. And as you exhale, draw the rib cage down and in towards the midline of the body. Inhale, come back into the center, into your child's pose. And then exhale, come over towards the left side. Feel your left rib cage connect with your left thigh and reach that right hand closer towards the left hand. Feeling that long stretch down the right side. Breathing in through the nose, expanding that right rib cage out into the right thigh as you twist it over to the left. Exhale through the nose, draw that rib cage down and in. Come back into center, reach those hands forward. Now from here, look towards your hands. Use your glutes to push your hips forward. Bring your knees underneath the hips, hands out of the shoulders into your 4-point kneeling. Curl the toes under, and we're going to push our thighs back, our hips back into our first down dog. So push the front of your thighs towards the back of the room. Find that length in the shoulders, lengthen the chest, lengthen the thighs. Stay here and breathe. Inhale, then exhale, look towards your hands, bend your knees, and you're going to walk, step, or jump towards your hands. Land your feet in parallel, hip distance apart, and come into ragdoll pose or forward fold. We're just going to stay here in our forward fold and breathe and find the weight in the torso hanging off of those hip bones. So keep drawing the belly in, but allowing the upper body to be heavy in the pose. Finding the length in the back of the hamstrings. Take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, begin to pull the belly in, drawing the pelvis up one vertebrae at a time, rolling all the way up to standing. Reach the hands up overhead. Inhale, little baby back bend. This is called saluting the sun. Exhale, we're going to draw the arms out wide to the side and then roll all the way down towards the floor. Coming all the way back into that forward fold. Then we're going to inhale as we slide our hands up our shin and bring our back to a flat back parallel to the floor. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, open the hands as we rise all the way up. Bring the hands overhead to salute the sun. Exhale, arms go out wide, roll all the way down. Dive and then roll all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, and then exhale, roll the spine back up, one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way up to your standing. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, salute the sun. Exhale, dive the chest forward, and then come all the way into your forward fold. Bend your knees, walk, step, or jump back to your plank. So you're going to come in your first plank, get that nice connection with the abdominals, find the glutes, hands are under the shoulders, hips are low, belly is long, and just holding that plank and breathing into our really nice strong pose. Find the back of the legs pulling towards the ceiling. The pelvis is in neutral, so we're rocking the pelvis forward slightly rather than curling under. You want to find that width in the shoulder blades though, so push your shoulder blades away from each other and then lengthen the head, lengthen the tail. Keep breathing here, we're almost done. You can have your knees down for your plank if you need to. We're going to take our chaturanga next. So if you know that your plank is too much and doing a tricep push-up is too much, drop the knees, chest and chin, pull yourself forward into your baby cobra. Come back, knees, chest, chin, 4-point kneeling, and back to your plank. Otherwise, take your full chaturanga, bring it down slowly. Upper arm is parallel to the floor. Shift the weight forward, squeeze the glutes, come onto the tops of the feet and into your up dog. Unroll the feet, lift the hips back into your plank. Then we're going to push ourselves back into our down dog. Take a nice deep inhale here, and then we're going to exhale. On our next inhale, we're going to float that right foot up towards the ceiling in our three-legged dog. Now we're going to pull our knee into our nose. So shift the weight forward, knee to nose. Push it back, three-legged dog. Again, knee to nose. So you get that rounding in the spine, using the belly to pull the knee into the nose. Inhaling, three-legged dog. This time, pull your knee into your nose and then place the outside of the foot on the edge of the mat so we can come into our pigeon. Drop the knee, drop your left knee, uncurl the foot and slide that leg back, coming into your pigeon pose. Again, remember to prop that hip up if you need to. Find the length in the spine and then bend your elbows and bring your chest as close to the floor as you can, getting that deeper stretch in those lateral rotators of the hip. Take another deep inhale here, and as you exhale, uncurl the back foot, push into the hands, lift the body, lift the back knee, find lightness in that back foot, and step back to your plank. Reset your plank, shoulders under the, wrists under the shoulders, belly pulled in, nice and strong. Finding that nice breath, breathing into the side of the rib cage, pushing through the hands, spreading the fingertips wide, glutes are connected. And then from here, we're going to push ourselves back into our down dog. So push yourself back, front of the thighs towards the back of the room, spread your sit bones wide, reach your head between your elbows, push your chest towards your thighs. Inhaling, stay here. Exhaling, stay here. Now inhale, look towards the hands, bend your knees, push yourself forward to your plank. From there, take your vinyasa. So knees, chest, chin, or straight down to your chaturanga. Pull yourself through for your up dog or your baby cobra. Back to your plank and back to your down dog. And we're going to walk the dog this time. So you're going to stay here and you're going to bend one knee and then the other. And keep pushing those sit bones wide. And pushing your thighs away from your chest and pushing your chest towards your thighs to get deeper into that dog. This is called walking the dog. Now we're going to lift up both heels and then push them both down, finding that real nice grounded support in both legs. Inhale, pick up your left foot. Reach it up to the sun, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull it in, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, round the back, pull it in, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, pull it in, find the outside of the mat, drop the knee, drop the right knee, uncurl the foot, and begin to slide that leg back so that your hips come forward. So you're in an anterior tilt in the pelvis here, and then you're just going to gently bring yourself down. So you can stretch your hands forward, or you can keep your, I should have tied my hair back, keep your elbows directly underneath the shoulders and support your pigeon. And just stay here and breathe. And then take one more inhale, push into the hands, uncurl that back foot, lift the knee, find the abdominal connection and step yourself back into your plank. Hands under shoulders, lengthen the spine, pull the belly in, find that nice strong base of support, widen the scapula, lift the head, relax the shoulders, your head is framed between your shoulders, your glutes are active, the back of your thighs are pushing up towards the groove as we lengthen that belly and spine. Exhale, push yourself back into your down dog. Find that nice long sides of the body. So breathe into both sides of your body and feel like your spine is lengthening away from the floor. So you're getting longer in this pose rather than collapsing into the shoulders. You really want to feel like you're pushing your tail up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to bring ourselves forward for our vinyasa or stay in your down dog. So into your plank, down for your chaturanga. Up dog or baby cobra, and back to your down dog. Stay in your down dog and breathe. In through the nose, letting the rib cage expand. Out through the mouth. And if you want to, you can walk the dog, stretching through that sacroiliac joint a little bit. Getting some movement in the pelvis, stretching the hamstrings and the hips a little bit deeper, or you can just stay focusing on pushing the chest towards the thighs and spreading the sit bones wide. Take an inhale as you float that right leg up for your three-legged dog. Exhale, shift it forward to plank and knee to nose. Inhale, reach it up, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull it forward, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, pull it forward, and then this time place your foot close to your right hand so that you're coming into a runner's lunge. From here, take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, find the connection with the back of the body and begin to rise up, knee over the ankle, rising up to your lunge. Reach your hands up overhead, pull the shoulders down and back, squeeze that glute and lunge a little bit deeper. Holding it here and breathing into both sides of the waistline. Really strong in that lunge. The more you squeeze that left glute, the more you get the opening down the front of the left hip. Long through both sides of the waistline. Now we're going to inhale, find the power in that front leg, lean forward a little bit, and step yourself forward so that your feet are hip distance apart underneath your sit bones, and sit yourself down to your chair pose. Holding it here in your chair pose, your chest is lifted, your spine is long, your legs are parallel, your sit bones are spread wide, your back is lifted, and we breathe. Shoulders are down and back. Take another deep inhale, and as you exhale, pull your hands to prayer center, and then twist the body towards the right side. Begin to fold forward and hook your elbow on the outside of your right knee. Push the hands together and increase that twist. And stay here and breathe, breathing into that right rib cage. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more inhale through the nose, out through the mouth. Now from here, inhale. As you exhale, rotate back, lift the back up in your chair with your prayer pose, and then push your hands up towards the sky, straighten the legs. Little baby back bend. Exhale, open the hands back to shoulder distance, bend the knees, slide back down into your chair. Stay here and breathe, finding the length on both sides of the waistlines. And if you're struggling in your chair with your feet hip distance, you can connect to your inner thighs and hold your chair pose, gluing everything together to find that connection with your pelvic floor. From here, pull the hands towards the heart center. Lean forward a little bit more. Twist the body towards the left. Hook your right elbow on the outside of your left thigh. Push into the hands and twist a little bit deeper. Stay here and breathe, breathing into that left rib cage. You can have your legs connected or be hip distance apart. Whatever option feels good for your body. Take one more inhale, and as you exhale, lift the spine back up. Come into your chair with your prayer pose. And reach the hands up towards the ceiling, little baby back bend. Back to neutral, open the hands back to shoulder distance, bend the knees into your chair. Find that nice long length through the front of the body, through the back, spreading the sit bones wide. Breathing into both sides of the waistline. As I said, you can connect those inner thighs to sit into your chair, whatever feels good for you. From here, we're going to find that connection with the body. Bring the hands down, step the left leg back, and step the right leg back so that our left leg is forward in our lunge. Squeeze the glute, bring the hips forward, reach those hands back up into our lunge. So we've got our left leg forward in our lunge. Now we're squeezing that right glute to open up through the right hip a little bit deeper. Stay and breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then as you exhale, begin to bring your hands back down towards the floor. Belly finds the thigh. Then find that lightness in that left foot and pull your knee into your nose. Now reach it up, three-legged dog. Pull it in, knee to nose. Reach it up, three-legged dog. Pull it in, knee to nose. One more time. Reach it up. Pull it in, and then place it down. Come into your plank. Set your plank up nice and strong. Release the belly, and then exhale, push yourself back into your down dog. And you can walk the dog here. You can stay still. You can focus on pushing your heels closer towards the floor. You can focus on spreading those sit bones wider and bringing the chest closer towards the thighs. Finding that length in the body and equal weight on the hands and the feet. If your weight is even, your hands won't slip. Then we're going to inhale, bend the knees, look towards the hands, push yourself forward into your plank. From here, take your chaturanga or your vinyasa. So you can do knees, chest, chin, uncurl the feet, reach it forward, baby cobra. Bring it back, knees, chest, chin, push through those triceps, 4-point kneeling, curl the toes under, plank, and then up to your down dog. Take another inhale here in your down dog and a deep exhale, breathing in through the nose, into the side of the rib cage. Exhaling through the mouth, drawing the ribs down and in. Now take another inhale, look towards your hands, bend your knees, push the body forward into a nice plank. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart if they've started to squeeze together. Lengthen the belly, find that connection with the abdominals. Push through your plank, and we're going to do alternating side planks. So we're going to rock the weight over to the right side, left foot in front of the right, hand is strong and reach towards the ceiling. Bring the hand back to center, hips square, shoulders square. Rock over to the left side and reach the hand towards the ceiling. Bring it back into center, find that nice strength in your center plank. Rock it over to the left side. Hand under the shoulder, reach and find that length. Back into center. Last one. Over to the left side. And back into center from our plank. Find that nice plank and then push yourself back. Down dog. Adjust your dog if you need to. Push the front of the thighs away from the chest. And breathe deeply here. Finding that nice length in the waistline, and if you need to, you can come into a child's pose at any time. Now from here, we're going to bring ourselves to the front of our mat. So you look towards your hands, bend your knees, and you can hop or step or jump towards the front of your mat in your forward fold. Then you're going to bend, bring your chest towards your thighs, bend your knees, and come into a low squat. From here, bring your hands behind you, drop your hips, step your feet out, and then we're going to come into boat pose. So sit up nice and tall, reach your hands out in front of you, and then curl the tail back. Find that support in the abdominals, pick up your right foot, Breathe in, pick up your left foot. Now, if you squeeze your inner thighs together, you're going to find better connection. So this is our modified boat pose. We'll be doing this in some of our workouts later on. So you can stay here, or you can try and straighten those legs and reach the hands up overhead for a full boat pose. Keep pulling the belly in, finding that connection with the hip flexors, with the abdominals, with the back, with the chest, lifting up and lengthening. I got that little shaky going. I'm going to bend my knees now, bring my hands back into my modified boat pose. Then I'm going to bring my feet down, open them up to hip distance, bring your hands to the front of your knees, and then exhale, curl your spine back, bringing your body all the way down to the floor. Slide your heels in nice and close to your bum, hip distance apart. We're going to come into a glute bridge. So take an inhale, and as you exhale, roll your spine away from the floor, coming up to that nice long glute bridge, pulling the belly in, squeezing the glutes to find that length, rolling those shoulders down and back. Inhale, exhale, roll the spine back down, one vertebrae at a time. Now, we're going to do hip circles. So we're going to slide our left leg away, reach our right leg towards the ceiling. You can keep that left leg bent if you need to. And you're going to lower the leg away from the face, open it out to shoulder distance, sweep it up back towards the face. Reverse direction. Out, sweep it away, bring it back in. Out, sweep it away, bring it back in. Other direction, down, sweep it out, back up to the center. Now bend the knee, slide the foot away. Other side, bend the knee, kick it up to the ceiling. So start by opening it to shoulder distance, sweeping it down and away, lifting it up, change direction, push it away, open it wide, sweeping it up, change direction, sweep it out, down to that long line, and pull up to 90 degrees, last one, down, sweep it away, into center, place the leg down. From there, we're going to bend both knees, and we're going to reach them both up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands close to your hips, and we're going to do both legs at the same time. So first, we're going to reach our legs from our 90 degree out to 40. Open the legs out to shoulder distance and sweep them back up towards the ceiling. Send them away. Open and sweep. One more. Send them away. Open and sweep. Change direction. Open, sweep them away. Close it in. Open, sweep them away. Close it in. One more time. Open, sweep. Keep that core connection to protect your back. Bend both knees. Place them down. Now keep the inner thighs connected. The feet are flat on the floor. Open your hands out to a T. Drop your knees over to the right side. Look towards the left hand. Try and keep both shoulders down on the floor. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And then using your abdominals, draw the knees back up to center. Inhale and exhale, drop the knees over to the left side. Look towards the right. Keep both shoulders pushed into the floor. Breathe into that rib cage. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth and draw the knees back up to center. Now from our center, we're going to go into what's called Shavasana or corpse pose. So slide your legs down long, then open them wider than hip distance and allow your toes to drop out to the sides. Your heels are in towards the midline of the body. So you've got that out turn or that lateral rotation. Your hands come so your palms are facing towards the ceiling. Relax all of the shoulders, all of the rib cage, all of the pelvis into the floor. Try and have the spine in that neutral with that little bit of space on the lower back. But find the position that feels comfortable for you and gently close your eyes. This is our corpse pose or Shavasana. Now before we come into a full Shavasana, we're going to do 2 sets of pranayama breathing where we're going to hold our breath at the top and then we're going to hold our breath at the bottom. So we're going to take a nice deep inhale and exhale through the nose, out through the mouth. Now we're going to inhale and hold it at the top. So inhale nice and deep through the nose. And hold your breath for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale all the way to the bottom. Through your mouth. Inhale through the nose. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale all the way out through your mouth, drawing the rib cage in. One more time, inhale through the nose, and hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Now take one deep inhale and exhale. And this time we're going to hold on our exhale. So take a deep inhale, exhale and hold. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale through the nose. Exhale and hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And exhale and hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale. And exhaling normally. And now come back to your natural, normal breathing. Just close your eyes. Feel the weight of your body on the mat, the heaviness in your limbs. Just rest. Let go of any thoughts. Begin to bring the awareness back into your fingers and your toes, back into your body. Feel that connection with the ground, and then bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor, and then rock over to your right side, pulling your knees into the chest, keeping the eyes closed. Then bring your left hand in front of the chest and push yourself up to seated. And you can open your eyes, prop yourself up on a block, bring yourself seated comfortably, and bring your hands into the center of the chest. Gently bow the head, and if you like yoga, you can say namaste. And lift the head, and you're done for today. So that's your recovery day. You can see that we're still moving, and it's a different sort of difficult exercise. So if you've done yoga and Pilates before, you might have thought, actually, that was really nice, that was really easy. But if you haven't, it's actually still a struggle, but it is really beneficial to your body. So it is important to keep moving for the whole 30 days. I think it keeps your focus on the program, keeps the momentum going, and also you're giving that structure to your recovery days. And if you feel like you still want to go do a workout, by all means, go out, go for a run, go for a brisk walk, do what feels good for your body. We'll see you tomorrow.